Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so we will start a recap on the particular chapter. Uh, what is the name of the chapter? I hope you remember. What is the name of the chapter?
Theory of consumer behavior.
Theory of
Yeah,
consumer
consider.
behavior. Okay, now all are turning the page and seeing. Take the first page and start sitting. Okay, then only when I ask, you will be answering, I feel. Okay. Um, So first, talked about or I taught you related to utility. Okay, so what do you mean by utility? What is utility? Amal, can you say what is utility? Hmm?
T
Utility?
maximum the
Hmm.
consumer consumed
Is that utility? Is it maximum? Say once more.
maximum
Hmm.
consumed by a consumer is called utility.
Maximum consumed by a consumer. There should be one particular word. It should be told when we talk about utility. I want everyone to switch on the video. What is this now? Some blank is kept in sitting. Now all has become uniform in that. All have become a uniform in that. Hmm?
Ma'am, I'm taking the textbook on my phone. So.
Okay, fine, no problem. Sanam,
Ma'am,
Omar.
1 second, I will on it now.
Okay, fine. Okay, Akshay, do you know what you mean by utility? I want everyone to keep your notes or textbook in front of you, no problem.
Satisfaction.
What is that?
Satisfaction.
What is that? No, you keep it unmute and say.
Ma'am, satisfaction.
Yes, that is a particular word. Maximum satisfaction, what you are deriving, or the satisfaction what you are deriving while consuming a particular good. That is what you mean by utility. Okay, or there also I told you there are two analysis for utility. What are those two analysis? Two ways we can measure the utility. What are those two ways? Pranav, can you tell?
Cardinal utility
Hmm.
analysis.
Cardinal utility analysis and ordinal utility analysis. Okay. Now, what do you mean by cardinal utility analysis? Rahul, can you tell? Cardinal utility analysis. What do you mean by that?
Cardinal utility means level of utility
Hmm.
can be expressed in numbers.
Can be expressed in numbers. We are giving allotting numbers to the utility. That is what you mean by cardinal utility. Abhilash, can you tell what do you mean by ordinal utility?
Ma'am, ordinary utilities are represented in uh, scales rather than numbers.
Ranking. It is,
Yeah,
we are giving ranks. Okay. Now, there are two measures of utility. What are those measures of utility? Roseanne, two measures of utility we have. What are those two measures of utility?
Total utility and marginal utility.
What is that? Louder.
Total utility and marginal utility.
Total utility and marginal utility. Okay. Mm, Sanam, can you tell what do you mean by total utility?
It is a fixed quantity of a commodity.
It is a
Fixed quantity of a commodity. It's the total satisfaction derived from consuming the given
hmm.
amount of some commodity.
Okay, it is the total satisfaction what you receive from consuming a product. Okay, it's what is that? Sanam, once more. Total
It's the total
satisfaction,
total satisfaction derived from consuming the
particular
amount.
good, particular amount of good. Maybe it can be 5 once, then can next time when you consume it can be 6, it can be 7, like that. According to that, how much total utility you are deriving, that is what, how much utility you are deriving from all these consumption, you get the total utility. Omar, can you tell what is marginal utility? What is marginal utility? What is marginal utility? Omar, are you there? Kevin, can you tell what is marginal utility? At least now see the textbook. I will tell the page number also then. Page number 9, see and tell. Yes? Both of them are not there or what? Abhilash, can you tell?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Marginal utility is change in total utility caused by consumption of one additional
Additional
unit.
unit. Okay. Okay, so that is what you mean by marginal utility. Now next one, what do you mean by law of diminishing marginal utility? What is a law of diminishing marginal utility? Pranav, can you tell? Law of diminishing marginal utility.
Marginal utility decreases
No, law of, it states what?
when an additional
As we consume,
or marginally utility decrease.
margin the utility, it's not it's not necessary that you should tell in terms of marginal utility. As we consume more and more goods, what will happen to the utility? The utility derived from it will go on reducing or decreasing. Okay, there is something from this, because of this law of law of diminishing marginal utility, or from this we can see one law is derived, that is a law of demand. What is that law of demand? Pavitra, can you tell? What do you mean by law of demand? What do you mean by a law of demand? Akshay, can you tell?
The quantity of a commodity that the consumer is willing to buy is able, that should be able to afford. He should be able to afford that.
Is it that law of demand? Law of demand. Abhilash.
Ma'am, law of demand basically states that the demand of a commodity and the price of the commodity has a negative relationship.
Price of the commodity has a negative relationship. Can you tell what is that relationship?
So when the price of a commodity increases, the demand of that commodity will go down, and when the price decreases, the demand will go up.
Up. Okay, fine. Next, I told you about the indifference curve. What do you mean by indifference curve? Kevin, are you there? Indifference curve. What do you mean by indifference curve?
Yes, ma'am, I'm here.
Yeah.
Indifference curve is a curve in which two different. Ma'am, it's
Louder,
a curve.
little more louder.
Ma'am, it's a curve in which different combinations of two of the
goods.
same products give the same amount of satisfaction and utility.
Okay, so indifference curve, from the term itself, you have what you said is
so
correct.
it makes the consumer indifferent.
Indifferent. It will make the consumer indifferent. Okay, so just okay. Once more, what do you mean by indifference curve, Sanam?
An indifference curve joins all points representing bundles which are considered indifferent by the consumer.
What you said is correct. Once more, can you repeat?
Ma'am, in an indifference curve joins all points representing the bundles.
What is that all points?
Ma'am, I'm reading from the textbook. which are considered indifferent by the consumer.
Okay, so see, you have to write notes also. Okay, Abhilash, can you tell?
Indifferent curve basically represents two commodities which gives the same amount of utility, thus making the consumer indifferent.
Okay, thus making consumer is indifferent, it is very important. Okay, so here indifference curve is actually a graphical representations of various alternative bundles in which the consumer is deriving same utility. The same time the consumer is indifferent towards it, he doesn't know which one to choose. That is what you mean by indifference. Okay, now one important law is there which helps this indifference curve to work. What is that particular law? Akshay, do you know? Alan, do you know? If you can't speak, you can type the answer. One particular law helps in the working of this indifference curve, or from that it is derived. I mean, this law, because of this law, the indifference curve is convex to origin. Rahul?
On the law of diminishing marginal rate of
Law of
substitution.
diminishing marginal rate of substitution. Because of that law, you can see the indifference curve works here. Okay, now what do you, or there are some, yeah, okay, what do you mean by indifference map? What do you mean by indifference map? Pavitra, can you tell? What is an indifference map?
A family of indifference curve.
A family of indifference curve is known as indifference map. Now there are some features for indifference curve, 2-3 features I told you. What are those features? Features of indifference curve. I want everyone to switch on your video. Fast. Akshay, Alan, Omar. Omar, once in a blue moon only you come to the class. At least show your face. Alan. Okay, what are the features of indifference curve? Abhiram, I feel that I have not seen you at all. Is there any problem for you to attend the class? Is there any Wi-Fi problem or anything?
There was some Wi-Fi issues, so
Now
I could not attend class.
is it resolved?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Now onwards, no problem, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So have you taken down any notes or anything for this particular chapter? Theory of consumer behavior.
No, ma'am. I'll ask from others.
Okay, no, I will put in the group also. I'm just asking whether you have taken it or not. Okay, so here, what are the features of indifference curve? Roseanne, can you tell? What are the features? Yeah.
It's from left to right.
It slopes downwards from left to right. Okay.
Then higher indifference curves give greater level of utility.
Higher indifference curve, as you go higher and higher, it gives greater utility. Then?
And two curves never intersect each other.
Two curves never intersect with each other. Okay. Next one, what do you mean by budget line? What is that budget line? Sandra? Sandra, can you hear me? Abhiram, you can take your textbook and keep it in front of you. Take the page number 15, okay, of micro. Yes, what do you mean by budget line? Sandra? No. Kevin?
Question?
Yeah. What do you mean by budget line? What is budget line?
Ma'am, the budget line is a line which shows how much the income of according to the income of the consumer,
Hmm.
how much the consumer can afford.
It shows all the combinations of goods which he can buy with his income and
Income.
given price. Okay, once more, can you tell? It is a combination. Whenever we are talking about two goods. Okay, so it is a combination of all. Yeah, Alan Burgess, what you have written is correct somewhat. It's not complete. Yeah, Kevin, what is that? It is a combination of
In combination of two goods which
purchased
the purchased by a consumer which he can afford
with his
with the
income
given
and
price.
at given price. Okay. Now, what is budget set, Abhilash?
And budget set is all the available bundles available for the consumer with his given income and price.
With his given and with his given income. All, it is not necessary that, what is the speciality of this budget set and budget line?
Budget set, it can come under the budget line, and all of the income doesn't have to be used.
Spent
Yeah,
for consumption. Yeah.
and
Okay.
budget line is you have to spend all of it.
Maximum, all the income. Okay, fine. Next one, it is related to budget. I told that there is a vertical intercept and horizontal intercept. Okay, at the vertical intercept, how it will be, or okay, I without showing that graph I cannot ask. Okay, fine. Now, changes in the budget set. How there will be changes in the budget set, or because of what reason there will be changes in the budget set. Budget set, you know that all possible combinations with which whatever he can buy of these two goods with his income. Okay, it can come below that also. He need not spend the entire income. So if there is a change in something else, what will happen to the, or if there is an increase in income? Okay, if there is an increase in income, what will happen to the budget line? If there is an increase in income, what will happen to the budget line? Amal, can you think? The income of the consumer increased. So
he will buy more.
More. Okay. When he buys more, what will happen to the budget line? It will shift. It will change. Okay. It will shift to rightward or it will shift to leftward.
Leftward.
Is it left?
Rightward.
Because when you are showing it is towards left, in the sense he is not using that full income, it is below. Left means it is below. So that when it happens, when his income, when it happens, it can also shift, but at which situation it can happen? Can anyone say?
When income decreases.
When income decreases, you can see that budget line can shift leftward. When income increases, budget line will shift upward. The same thing, think of price also. When price increases, where it will shift?
Right.
Towards?
Right.
No. When income increases, when price increases, what happens? He should spend more money. Whether he has more money with him, income remains same. So what happens? It will shift leftward. Okay, when the price reduces, what happens? It will shift to which side? Towards? Abhilash?
Right.
Right. Okay. So just understand what will happen when income increases or price increases. You just keep that points in your mind. Now, what do you mean by equilibrium or optimal choice of the consumer? What do you mean by equilibrium or optimal choice of the consumer? Rahul, can you say? When will be equilibrium? Consumer's equilibrium.
When the budget line is tangent.
Yes, when the budget line is tangent to
Indifference curve.
Indifference curve. So consumer will be in equilibrium when the budget line is tangent to the indifference curve. At that position he doesn't want to move, or from that position he doesn't want to move to any other position, because if he move to other position, either his utility will be less, or his income he is not spending fully, or he is not or he doesn't have that much income, like that it will be. Okay, so whenever the indifference curve is a tangent to the which one?
Indifference curve.
Indifference curve is tangent to budget line. That point will be the consumer's equilibrium. Okay. Now according to the law of demand, I told that there is an inverse relationship between the price and the quantity demanded. Why there is an inverse relationship? A few reasons I told you. What are those reasons? Three reasons I told you. What are the reasons for inverse relationship between price and the quantity demanded? Pranav, do you know?
Income of consumer.
One is income effect, another one
Substitution.
substitution effect. One more point I told you, right? Because of one law. What is that law? Law of diminishing marginal utility. Did I tell you or not this? So inverse relationship, if I have not told you, you can just mention why there is inverse relationship. You can just mention one reason is law of diminishing marginal utility, second reason is income effect, another one is substitution effect. Okay. Now next is about the normal goods, inferior goods, substitutes and complements. What do you mean by, or as income increases, what will happen in the demand of normal goods? Normal good, what will happen? Just think, as income increases, what will happen to the normal good? In
Demand
relation
increases.
normal good, it will increase. Okay. What will happen to the inferior goods?
Yeah, as income decreases, demand will increase.
As income decreases, demand will increase, but at the same time, as income increases, what will happen for the inferior good?
Demand will
Decreases.
decrease.
Demand will be decreasing. Okay, so here you can see that there is an inverse relationship, but what about in the matter of normal goods? What will happen in the matter of normal goods? Is what kind of relation is they are having? Income and normal goods.
Positive relationship.
It's a positive relation. Okay. Now next is about substitutes and complements. Can you tell, anyone can tell the example for substitute? Abhiram, can you think of substitutes? Any two products, if one is not there, we can use the other one. Can you think anything which?
Rice and wheat.
Rice and wheat. Okay, rice. Other than that, you can use it as a substitute, okay, but some people are there, they don't prefer to eat rice, especially if you see the North Indians and all, they always prefer to have wheat. Or in South
Sugar
India,
and jaggery.
Sugar and jaggery. Okay, that can be a substitute. So what will happen if the price of sugar increases? For the substitute I am asking. Substitute is jaggery here. Price of sugar increased. So what will happen to the demand for jaggery? Rahul?
It will increase.
It will? I didn't hear that.
Increase.
Increase or decrease?
Not increase.
Increase. Okay. So substitute case, if you see, if there is a substitute and if one product price is increasing, you can see that the demand for the substitute will increase. What about the complements, complementary goods? Complementary goods. Sanam, can you tell an example for a complementary good? Because complementary good in the sense these two should be there, without that we can't make something, or we cannot satisfy our want. Two things which is complementary. Can you think anything? Sanam, no. Akshay, can you tell?
Tea and sugar.
Tea and sugar. Okay, so when we make tea, we feel that sugar is a necessary one. Without sugar, we can't make tea. There are people, I told that exceptions are there. There are people who don't use sugar, that is different. But normally, if you see, tea and sugar is a complementary good. So, if a price for tea increases, or you take it as sugar, if price for sugar increases, what will happen to the demand for tea? Sanam. Wait.
For when sugar price increases, tea will decrease. The demand for tea will decrease.
The demand for tea will decrease. Okay. The same way, if the price for sugar decreases, what will happen? The demand for tea will
increase.
Okay. So this we are talking about the complementary good. Next one, I told you shift in demand curve. There are two types of movements you can see in the matter of demand curve. One is shift, another one is movement along the same demand curve. Okay, one is shift is happening, another one, what is happening? Movement along the same demand curve. There's two types of changes you can see in the demand curve. When will the shift will happen? When will the shift happen? Kevin, can you tell?
Ma'am, can you repeat the question again, please?
See, there shift in the demand curve can happen. Okay, shift in the demand curve can happen. When this will happen? Shift in the sense, you know, it will shift rightward, it will shift leftward. Okay, so at what situation this shift can happen?
Ma'am, shift in the demand curve. Sorry. Yeah. Ma'am, change in preferences.
Change in preference. Very good. Change in preference can make a shift in the demand curve. Now, change in the preference in the sense, can you tell one example? One example.
Ma'am, if a person suddenly wants to stop using rice.
Yeah, suddenly wants to stop using rice. So that means demand for rice.
Rice decreases. And
reduces. So it will shift. It will shift
to the next demand curve.
To
the next curve.
To the next curve, I know. To the which side? Left or right?
For rice.
Yeah.
It will shift to the left.
It should be left. Correct. Okay. Now, at the same time, so one reason he told change in preference. Because of that, the demand curve shifted leftward. Okay. Now, there are two more reasons for shifting. Which are those two more reasons? Pranav? Income. Okay. How can you put that in? What will happen when income?
Income increases, demand curve will shift to right.
When income increases,
demand curve will shift to right.
Shifted to right, in the sense as income increases, quantity demanded will be increasing, so it will shift rightward. Okay, one more reason is there for shift. What is that reason? Can any others say? Change in
Change in
preference is
price of related goods.
change in price of related goods, in the sense change in price of maybe substitutes or complementary goods it can be. So because of that also you can see a shift in the demand curve, either rightward or leftward. Okay, now next I told you movement along the demand curve. Because of what reason the movement along the demand curve will happen? Rahul? Movement on the same, only one demand curve moving up and down. Because of what reason this moving up and down will happen?
When the demand and price are same.
When there
Demand
is a
and price are
change in
change in
price
demand.
and quantity, when there is a change in price, same demand curve, one demand curve only, you think that one point on the top, that means price is more high, quantity demanded will be less. One point towards the down what it shows that price is less, quantity demanded is more. So if they are moving on the same demand line, demand curve. So because that, only because of one reason, what is that? Price. Okay, next one, elasticity of demand. What do you mean by elasticity of demand? Akshay, do you know? Elasticity of demand, what is that? Akshay is stuck, I think. Kevin, what is elasticity of demand?
Elasticity of demand.
Hmm.
Elasticity of demand is like whether the whether two products are inversely, whether it's inversely proportional or
Elasticity of demand, what is that? Abhilash, can you tell?
Elasticity of demand basically tells that how the demand responses according to the price of a
To
good.
the changes in price, how the demand is responsive to the changes in price, that is what you mean by elasticity of demand. Okay, now there are different types of elasticity. One we say elastic, another one is inelastic, another one is unit elastic. Okay, now what do you mean by unit elasticity? Pranav, can you tell? Unit elasticity.
When elasticity is equal,
When the elasticity is equal to 1 unit elasticity. Explanation. That is correct. What you said is correct. Take the page number 29. I think third paragraph. Check that. In that first paragraph they have given about elastic, inelastic, second paragraph elastic, third paragraph it is given unit elastic. So what do you mean by unit elastic?
percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to price.
Percentage change in quantity demanded is equal to the percentage change in the price. That kind of elasticity we call it as unit elasticity or unit elastic. Okay. Next one, it is regarding inelastic demand. What do you mean by inelastic demand? Akshay, can you tell? Inelastic demand.
When there is no change, when there is change in price, but there is no change in demand.
Once more you say? I think you are talking about perfect inelastic you are talking, right? I am just asking simply inelastic demand. Elasticity of demand is inelastic. What is that? That's what I told you. Take that page number 29, right? 29. In that paragraph it is given. First paragraph. Inelastic demand means what? After this only I told you about that 5 types. Rahul, can you?
When the percentage change in
When the percentage
change
change in quantity demanded
is more,
huh?
is less.
Is more or less, right? Okay, is less than the percentage change in the market price, then you can see that it is said to be inelastic. Once more, Rahul.
The percentage in quantity demand is less than the percentage in market price.
Market price, then it is, then we can say that it is inelastic. Okay. Next, regarding
Excuse me, ma'am.
elastic demand. Sanam, did you find where it is?
It is, ma'am,
Yes,
when the
elastic
percentage
demand.
change in, ma'am, when the percentage change in quantity demanded is more than the percentage change in market price,
Then
the
the
demand is said
demand
to
is
be highly
responsive.
responsive,
It is too fluctuating. That we call it as
it,
elastic.
the responsive to the change in the market. This is said to be elastic.
Okay, then in that case I told that elasticity of demand will be always higher than 1, or elasticity of demand will be more than 1. Okay, now some factors I told you for determining the elasticity of demand. 3 factors I told you. What are those 3 factors? Akshay, can you tell?
Nature of goods, availability of substitutes, income level.
Okay, so these are the 3 important factors that determine the elasticity of good. Today morning I told you about the expenditure. So with that is enough. So next, Aparna, Pavitra. Pavitra, are you there? At least one question, 5 questions can be asked from the from what you have prepared. Pavitra. Who is there in Pavitra's group? No one. Pranav, are you there? Yeah, okay, he is sitting and telling. Okay, fine. Did you prepare some questions?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, start. Any 5 questions we'll discuss and I'll leave you. Yes. It is from first chapter of statistics, right?
No, I think they got second chapter. First chapter.
Okay, second chapter. Okay. First, second chapter. Okay, fine. Yes.
What is the method of gathering information from individuals called?
What is the method of gathering information from individual?
Called.
Individual?
Individuals called.
I didn't get. Individual, after that you say.
What is the method of gathering information from individuals called?
Individual Paul.
Called.
Called. Okay. You are asking. Okay, like fill in the blanks. Okay. Anyone?
Survey method.
Is it correct?
Yes.
Okay. So you told answer before? No, right?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Second question. Amal, keep it up.
Which is the most common type of instrument used in surveys?
Which is the most common type of instrument used in survey? Okay, who can say? No one.
Questionnaire.
Questionnaire, is it correct?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Next.
Which is the most appropriate type of question when there is more than two options? Okay.
Most appropriate question. When there are two options, most appropriate one. Who can say?
Closed-ended.
Huh?
Closed-ended question.
Is it closed ended?
No, ma'am.
Yes or no?
Huh?
Yes or no?
Yes or no question only. But what kind of question it is? It comes under which category? That's what he is asking, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Which comes under which category of question? Is it option you can give? Two options? Then it will be easy, I feel.
Two-way question or MCQ?
Two-way question or MCQ?
MCQ.
Is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then?
Which type of questions are easy to score? Most easy to score?
Most easy to score. Okay.
Closed-ended.
Yes, ma'am. Correct answer.
Which one? Closed ended. Okay, okay. Okay, that's all. More are there?
Yes.
Yeah, one more. After that, I'll take attendance.
How do people conduct a survey?
How do people conduct a survey? It's a one-word answer?
Three words.
Personal interview, telephone interview.
Is it?
No.
Who can say? Kevin, not trying?
Ma'am, by asking them questions.
Correct answer.
So louder? I didn't hear. Kevin, louder.
Ma'am, by asking them questions.
Okay. So I feel